Hello, everybody. We are going live again. I'm going through the same list, so if you were here with me last time, I'm sorry. It's a bit of a repeat, but I'm kind of go a little backwards. I'll go back and forth between some of the Cyber Monday deals, of course. Let me just get this text in here real fast, and then we will begin over on Amazon Live. So, as always, on every single one of our live streams, you will see our tech stuff at the very, very front. Of course, most of these are Cyber Monday deals. Hooray! But we have other things, so like books, some tarot cards, that sort of thing. Definitely some battery operated candles that are actually on sale right now. I'm cold, so I'm wearing a puffy sweatshirt. Unfortunately, this was a Costco find, not an Amazon find. So let me showcase some of the things that I didn't actually get a chance to show a few hours ago when we went live, that I would love to show you in case you were at all interested. So the first thing on my list today that I'm going to show, I don't want to knock anything over. I've got these really, really fragile ramekins. Okay, so we have a couple books at the very back here. These are on not super sale, but they're on decent sale. So this is 21% off. This is called Evolution of Goddess, a modern girl's guide to activating your feminine superpowers. So you don't have to identify as a lady to actually utilize this book. It's about your feminine energy and tapping into that. You can actually learn a lot about different goddesses and folklore with this book too, but it's kind of fun. So this one is $14.99. So we go through in the very beginning about what this book is. It talks about the book, how to use the book. So there's different workshops throughout. There's stories, etc. How to use this book. It's kind of like a self-help book a little bit. There's some cool exercises in here too, but there's this really awesome test that you take. And here is where it is. I got to find it. So we get to find our feminine archetypes. So there's 5 different ones. Here's the chapter. Which goddess are you? So I kind of decided to take the test in a weird way. There's no right way to go about it. You'll probably know which element you identify with or which ones you don't, but it is water, moon, earth, air, and sun. Those are your options. And here are some questions that they kind of go through and tell you. I just rank them 1 to 5, and then I average them out a little bit, like which one do I identify with the most. So let's just go through the ones that I am. I'm a water person. So here's what that looks like. So then I go to the water because that's what I identify with, but technically we all have bits of everything. So it goes through every single water thing I could do. Water mythology, different goddesses that are represented by water or have like water domains. Here's a goddess gem if you wanted to tap into that, if that's something you're into. Different exercises that you can do. Emotional surging, water evolution essentials, how to really tap into all of this. So this is a really fun workbook. And it's for anybody. I'm a sucker for elements, so I was like, I really like this. This is Evolution of Goddess. It's a cool book. I highly recommend it. It's a little self-helpy, but they go about it in the right way. It's more fun. It's not dry. It doesn't make me feel sappy or sad. Like, it does feel really empowering. So definitely check that out. All right. So the other book that I didn't get to that is in my lap right now is called, let me get to it. It's 13% off. It is called The Witching Year. This is just came out. It's a non-fiction witchy book. And it's, I would say, a pretty decent sale price. Although I would say this is probably the price you'd find anyway. So this is a memoir of fumbling through modern witchcraft. So if you feel maybe that you have had some struggles yourself, trying to find your own coven, like kind of navigating through some weird rituals some people have come up with, this might be the book for you. It's funny. It makes me laugh. There's a lot of things I can relate to. There's no photos or anything in here, but it's really entertaining. There's a ton of interesting questions in here. So it says, As with life, Diana will have to define the craft for herself, looking past the fashionable and figuring out how to define the real. Along the way, she travels to Salem and Edinburgh. So those are two very crafty hubs. She attends a week-long witch camp in Northern California. There is performing moon rituals on a cardboard box, or summoning an ancient demon with scotch tape and a kitchen trivet. So this book goes through a ton of stuff that our author Diana Helmuth tries and sees what works for her, what doesn't work for her, and it's interesting because there's just so many things. This is a really cool nonfiction book if you're just getting into witchcraft. You might feel a little lost, and so did Diana. So do we all. So check this out. It's a really fun, cute book. I highly recommend it. All right. So let me talk about some of our Cyber Monday deals because that's probably why you're here. The first one at the top of the list, before we continue going backwards, I want to show these glass jars that have bamboo tops. So it comes in a 7-pack. Here, I'll actually give you the one that actually has things in it. So I have my pasta in here. So I'm a huge, I get really excited about pasta, but we don't eat the entire box. I know, weird. So when we don't, or if I don't, what usually happened was, you just like throw the box kind of with the pasta back in the pantry. Sometimes I'll forget to close it up, and then pasta noodles are everywhere, or they're just stale. So this is a great way to actually save your extra pasta, and it comes in a long tube. There's different sizes too, so I like these for all kinds of stuff. So I have other pasta sizes too. You could do loose tea, which I have a ton of. A lot of tea companies will just like give you a bag with loose tea, so you want to keep it fresh. This stays pretty sealed, as you can kind of hear. It's pretty good, but over time you can see how this little plastic rim, it'll probably wear with time, so just be aware of that. But it keeps things fresh over time. You can put really whatever you want. You can even use this as like a apothecary, or a way to like a crafting project, because the price is so good. So for 7 of these different sized jars, it is $21.24 right now, which is a pretty decent Cyber Monday deal, but it is pretty standard, I'm gonna say, but I really, really like them. So if you're looking for something like that for storing things, I highly recommend those. They're very, very cool, very handy. Let me put some of these back so I'm not crowding my desk here. Another Cyber Monday deal I wanted to point out to you today is this pumpkin. So this is a not metallic. It is a mercurial glass battery operated LED pumpkin. So you can see it lights up really, really well. I love this. Hold on, I need to adjust my screen real fast. There we go. So you can see it is, very bright, high quality. It's beautiful and pink. So you need 3 AAA batteries. It's easy to put together. There is a timer on here. Technically, I think. Hold on. No, I'm lying. No, I'm not lying. There is a timer. 3 different settings. So on, off, timer. I don't know how to use the timer, to be honest. Something I really do have to learn. So this is what it looks like off. It is a dark purple. If you click through, you will see there's different shapes and colors. So Carrie, who actually just tuned in, hello Carrie, she has a very cool teal colored one of these pumpkins. There is orange. I think there's white, gold, like a gold white. There's gray. Sorry. And I think there's one other color, like pink. So I love this. This is a great decoration. It's very pretty. It's all glass. And I love the little twinkly fairy lights inside. The kind of speckled look. It's a cool decoration. And it's Cyber Monday sale right now. So $16.25. I kind of want a whole bunch of these, especially if we can get some small ones. Oh, man. So check these out. Check out all of the other fall decorations you can actually find on Cyber Monday right now. there's a lot of cool stuff out that are fall decorations, so you can get it now and then decorate next year with them. Or if it's me, decorate them all year round. My whole house is going to be fall forever. Fall forever. So yes, check that out. I'm going to put this back. I guess I'll keep the light on. And I'm going to drink some water real fast because I can tell my voice is going away. So I'm going to work backwards in this carousel because I missed a few things on my previous live stream. We have some tarot decks that I want to share with you. So, and I probably should have added this water bottle to the live stream because this is like my life. I didn't add it, but you can actually look this brand up. I don't know why I always cover. It's the guy with the tiny little, I can't remember the brand. He's got the little dude on it. Anyway, that's probably on sale right now on Black Friday. Okay. So this is the first oracle deck I want to share with you today. It is the Magical Botanical. It's $16, and it's actually, I think, a pretty good price right now. So let me open it up. It was cold when I started live streaming, and now it's starting to get warm. Okay, here we go. Magical Botanical. This is one of the prettiest oracle decks I think I've purchased. It's got a very unique art style. So this is the guidebook. It is huge, and there's only 30 oracle cards. It's not a huge deck. So one thing about this is it goes into detail about every plant. We get a picture of the plant, the different planetary signs associated with it, elements, and just application of the plant. So plant spirit medicine, divination meaning, magical meaning, and the reading itself for every single one of these, and how to apply this information to your practice as well. Different spreads. So here, I'll try to showcase some of this. So there's a lot of information in here, and I think for some of these plants, there is like how to actually garden and put these in your magical garden. So let's look at the cards real fast. I also have to take off my sweatshirt. I'm sorry. We're pausing right now. Okay, so here's what the back of the cards look like. Really unique, very, very, I don't know why I want to say herbal. That sounds wrong. Okay, so some of these cards contain nudity, just so you're aware. I'm not going to show them, obviously. But here we have Hellbane. All of the cards are a little different too. Wolfsbane. You'll see on the bottom here some of the planetary symbols. You get the Latin terminology for these too. This is called Conium maculatum. You will be my death. I've never heard of this before. If you're a plant person, maybe you do know. This is Dragon Tree. Let me find. I have a couple of these that I really love. Here we have Holly. Some of these have color. Some of these are only black and white. Some of them feature people. Others, they only feature like a very surreal or very unique plant or shape. This one's one of my favorites. It's the sunflower. The style of the card is pretty different. It kind of depends. But overall, it's a really unique tarot card deck that I've never seen anything quite like this. I need to find something without nudity. I'm sorry. Yeah, like I said, some of these have full black and white or color on them. So I'm getting into all the nude cards, of course. So yes, I recommend these. They're very interesting. The imagery kind of reflects where each plant comes from. So if you are somebody who's more of like a green witch, this would be a really cool tarot oracle deck to put into your arsenal. It is called the Magical Botanical Oracle. Let me put these away real fast. But I highly recommend them. Very pretty. They're really fun to use as well. All right, so my next thing I want to share with you today, as I put this away, I'm not very fast. We have here the Women of Myth book, and then I'll show you the Women of Myth oracle deck that it doesn't come with it, that you can get separately, but it would make a really good gift combination. So here is the book. This is actually what I received first, and I think it actually came out first. So this is the illustrations are by Sarah Richard, amazing artist. Follow them on their socials. We also have Jenny Williamson and Jen McMenemy, I think is how you say it, as our authors here. So what's really cool about this particular book is we talk about not just goddesses, but there's monsters and heroines from legend or in real life that they talk about. And this is worldly, so there's a ton of characters. So there's some art for some of these that are associated with these. You'll see there's a pronunciation here, which I need super help with, like 95% of the time. I'm really bad with it. Here we have appearance. So how each goddess or monster or something appears in all kinds of lore. It depends on who you're talking about. Different symbols. The chicken house, of course, for the Baba Yaga. We have the overview and their story. So there's a ton of information here with some cool pictures for most of these characters. And the art is fantastic. Some of these do not have a photo, which is where the oracle deck kind of comes into play. But I love that we get a full description of these characters. Pronunciation, too, is really important because I have a hard time with that. And some of these I've never heard of before. And I love learning about the different characters here. And my favorite part, of course, is the monster ladies. Or monsters. They don't even have to be technically feminine at all. They could just be just monsters, or they're just divine beings. So here's what the tarot or the oracle deck actually looks like. It is Women of Myth oracle deck. This is 19% off, so 2014. Fairly okay price, I would say, but if you bundled these together, somebody's going to love it. Carrie actually said that tarot decks would make a really great stocking stuffer. This is the perfect size. So here again, here's the back of the cards. They're kind of marbly looking, but they're painted. I gotta get rid of these ramekins. They're just taking up space. All right. So here is what the oracle deck looks like. This has a full page photo for every single one of these. One thing that's really cool about this oracle deck is we have their story. We have the card meaning, and it doesn't matter if it's upright or upside down. We also have their advice. So it could be, we have this, if you pulled Lagertha for a single card draw, and if you asked a question, Lagertha's advice would be, even if it seems scary, intimidating, or daunting, Lagertha is asking you to become more independent. Don't wait for someone else's participation to do something. Whether it's something small or bigger, you may find you like your own company best of all. So I like that we get a perspective from the supreme deities, monsters, heroines, etc. So let me show you the cards themselves. They're very cool. So you'll notice here, let me get a smaller amount to handle. Here we go. So you'll kind of see the border. We have either a teal border, gold, or this purpley color. Those are all different. They're associated with specific people. So gold is goddesses. The purpley color is heroines. And then the teal is monsters or creatures. So here we have Clydna. I think she's Celtic for the water or the oceans. Here we have La Llorona, another classic. The goddess Pele from Hawaiian mythology. Splinterfoot Girl, who's a heroine from Native American mythology. Amaterasu, Japanese. So this art is fabulous. Lilith, Mesopotamia. So if you are somebody who loves mythology, if you love supporting small businesses, especially small artists, I highly recommend checking out both the book and the Oracle deck. It is beautiful, stunning. The Corn Mother, beautiful. Yeah, so definitely check this out. Let me know what you think about it. I've learned actually a lot with this particular Oracle deck and the workbook itself. So that is the Women of Myth. Let me put these away. The Oracle deck, and I will show you the cover in just a second. But I highly recommend. Super cool. 19% off right now. Okay, put this away. Trying to get through as many as possible today. Let's go back to some of our Cyber Monday deals. So first, here we go. Here we have this really cool pumpkin. You can kind of see it right here. Let me get it closer. So this is by Lamplight. It is a glass ombre pumpkin. I hope you can see that. You can see like it's a little clear at the top and then it starts to get closer and closer to black. So it looks really smoky and very, very cool. But it kind of has, when you put the little candle in here, it's a little eerie, but I love it. For some reason, this works, that warmth against the gray tones. So this price is pretty awesome. So it's $19.99. Originally, it's $39.99. It is insane. I mean, insane. Like half off. That's really, really good. So it does come with this candle. Do not put a real candle in there because it's just going to smoke and it doesn't have enough oxygen, blah, 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 science. Anyway, so it does come with this fake candle, but it does have, I need to turn off my messaging apparently. So it does come with these really tiny batteries. There's actually two that it comes with, which is really handy. There is, I believe, a timer on here too, which I need to utilize very badly. But you can turn it off and on manually. So I wanted to showcase this to you because this would make a really good gift. This would make a really good decoration all year round. In fact, that's kind of what I'm going to do. But it's just really pretty. You can see it kind of flickers like a real candle in there. It's just really cool. I love it. So if you're looking for a really good gift, something fun, something great for yourself or a decoration for fall, definitely check out Lamplight's Cyber Monday Black Pumpkin deal. It's pretty good. All right. So next up, let me share another thing I missed in our last live stream. This is Magica. Here we go. I'm so excited to share this because I feel like I rush through this one every time I live stream. And this time I actually can go through it in more depth. This is by Carlota Santos. This is Magica, Finding Spiritual Guidance Through Plants, Herbs, Crystals, and much more. So this is beautifully illustrated. The author does both the illustrations and the writing. Here, let me flip through it super fast. And we'll go into it in more depth. Don't worry. So it talks about different things. Like if you're not somebody that does tarot cards, but you like crystals, it's got you covered. It has plants. There's recipes that you can find, making your own oils or candles. It's a lot of cool stuff in here. Astrology and different practices from around the world. So we have a few things here. It doesn't cover everywhere, unfortunately, but it does cover some basic concepts of magic. So some of my favorite parts, we have different tools you can use. I like the illustrations alongside because sometimes it's like, I don't know what this means. Like I wouldn't have known what a thumb, a ceremonial dagger. I've never used one before. They're cool though. We have so many things we can use, but you can learn more about magic in your own way. Different plants, illustration, their magical properties, and how to actually plant these plants, and be careful of their medicinal properties. We are not doctors here. Just make sure you are careful. Triple check. Actually go to a doctor for medical advice. So these are really cool. I love going out and foraging, and I think this is really fun to find out in the wild. So here we have some scents, so oils, and what that actually, what each scent will give you. Here we have our gems. I gotta turn off my thing here. I apologize. Okay. Sorry. Okay. And then here we have, this is my favorite part that I'm very excited about. This is the Wheel of the Year. So how to celebrate each holiday. Let's go to Yule since we're coming up on Yule, obviously. But it has a lot of cool things in here, like how to decorate your altar, how, like what to cook. They even have recipes like making your own spiced chocolate, making your own candles. So this is very, very fun, very informative book with lots of different things in here. It's a good beginner novel. Oh my God, this is not muting. Apparently, I'm not muting long enough. There we go. Okay. Sorry, technical difficulties. So if you are interested in more magic-y books and you want to learn more about it, or if you just want to get a broad brushstroke of all the different facets of it, this is a very, very cool book. This is Magica. This is by Carlota Santos. No, it's not Jen. Jen and you are welcome. But some of these messages are from they're from some silly people. Anyway, that's a long story I can share with you later. All right, so my next thing I want to share with y'all are the Seasons of the Witch cards. So I did share in our last, I almost said episode, share with you in our last thing the Imbolc deck, and I want to share it again because it is kind of like the Imbolc season, but I need to find it. Where did they go? Oh, here. But I want to showcase some of the other ones as well, because if you are somebody that celebrates the Year of the Witch or the different seasons of the year, this would be kind of cool because every single one of these Oracle decks have different questions and different applications that make it really fun and gives you a reason to have every single one rather than, hey, I just want the Samhain deck because I really relate to it, which you can do. But these ones all together, having them for every season and every phase of the year is really cool. So here I'll compare Mabon and Imbolc. So you can see they have really similar art styles. I don't think every deck is technically by the same artist, but it is all by the same writers. You can see we have this one is like a blue shine. This one's orange. They all are kind of similarly themed, as in like they have kind of a similar vibe. So like in the inside, we both have moons here, but they're different colors. Let me open this up real fast. I'm trying. Here we go. Let's get Imbolc. So I'm just trying to give you a comparison so you can see what all of the Seasons of the Witch cards look like. Here we have our differences. So Mabon is here. It's orange. It's got crows because we are in fall officially. And then we have here our Imbolc, which is the candles. It's blue, transitioning from winter to spring. It's very cool to get all of these. I kind of love the comparisons. They're so much fun. Here are our cards. You kind of get the gist now, I'm assuming. So blue, and this is shiny here. Both of the cards are super shiny. I actually really love, I think these two might be my top for at least the designs of the cards. So here is our Imbolc cards. We have Peppermint, Dawn, Greenhouse. So I was actually shocked by this particular deck of cards because it, like, I'm not a wintry fan, which is crazy because I'm a winter baby, but I've just never really dug it. And it's probably because we live in the Pacific Northwest where I don't get like all of that magical snow all the time. But when we do, it's great. This particular deck feels so magical and really beautiful. It gives me a greater appreciation for like the magic of winter a little bit. That's less than, or it's not less than, but it's like It has the same feel as Christmas. Like, it's not as hallmarky, but it's still magical. I hope this makes sense. I don't know. I'm a weird person. I get it. So I really love this deck. It has a lot of really cute stuff. You'll see like some bright colors because we're going to be transitioning into spring, but it's very, very like kind of dark. There's obviously the snow wintry nights like this one, but then a lot of it has like this very snowy white feel to it, more light. So I love this. It's just really pretty. So this is the in bulk deck. It is really cool. And let me show you real fast the Mabon deck so you kind of get a gist of what each one looks like, but they're pretty similar. The books inside are kind of what make the biggest difference. So let me put this away real fast. I'm struggling to keep my desk organized. The woes of a live streamer. Our room, it's always a mess here. Okay, so in the actual book here, you'll see, and I'll show this in the Mabon one too, we have different spreads for every holiday. So like the Aquarius spread, the candle dressing spread, that sort of thing, sacred space spread. So those are in the in bulk cards, whereas we have in the Mabon cards something a little different. We have here, everything's a little more orange, but it's still pretty dark. We have a molasses spread, the Darkness Falls spread, and all of the questions associated are all going to be more associated with that time of year, so that you're kind of asking questions that are associated with like the season. So it's really fun. Let me show you the Mabon deck real fast because it's 22% off right now. It's a pretty good price. Again, shiny shine. Here we go. You'll see it's definitely warmer than the in bulk spread or the in bulk cards, but still a little dark. Tea Magic. Look at that one. That's so pretty. Foraging. I'm so mad I missed my time to do some of the mushroom foraging this year. Pacific Northwest is some of the best places to do that for sure. Apple of my eye. So this is definitely more of a cottage core feeling kind of deck. But you can see the art style between the two are very, very similar. Still very magical, but it presents two different periods of time during the year. We're all in different phases, of course. So it's a very cool deck. This one's my favorite one so far. In bulk is definitely close, though. Surprisingly, I was very shocked. Witches Gathering, look at it. So check these out. Check all of them out. Yule, they do have a Yule Seasons of the Witch deck that obviously will be more applicable coming up. I highly recommend it. It's green and festive. Once we find it, we'll make sure to live stream it for you. But that is, let me put this away real fast, the Mabon Oracle deck. Okay, so moving onwards, let me show you some more. I almost said Black Friday. Basically the same thing, right? We have a few more Cyber Monday deals that I want to share with you today. So, battery operated candles, I have a ton of them because my cats are evil and they like to knock over real candles, and this is just safer. So here we have, there's a 3-pack of these, and I think Carrie and I actually split these. So I have only one of these candles, but that's kind of the fun thing about these Cyber Monday packs is you can actually split them. If you have other goth friends who really, love battery operated candles, this would be a really cool thing you can share amongst each other. Again, cool stocking stuffer too. So I don't have the battery inside this, but it has a kind of a more spooky air about it. It's warmer because it's all orange on the outside with a hint of purple. This one is the bat graveyard scene. There's a haunted house scene, and then the other one's a witchy scene. So these are really great for Halloween time, or if you're just, like spooky stuff all year round, it's perfect for that. I also have battery operated candles that I personally do have currently. You can see them on the shelf. I'm kind of hiding the spider because I know some people hate spiders. I do not hate spiders. So here, so by the way, it's right here, the spider one. But in case you don't like spiders, I'm not going to share it like up front in your face. So these other ones are really great too. You again can do the sharing thing, but here is what it looks like. This one's lit. You can see it's very warm glow. You can see it back here too. It is only painted on one side, so the other side is blank. So we have a skull, of course. We also have this cool raven one standing on a gravestone. This one's pretty cool too. This is $12.74 right now. The other one I just shared, $9.89. Super cheap. I mean, like really cheap for 3 battery operated candles. This is, let me see, no battery in this one. 2 AA batteries. Very simple and easy. And they last a long time. I've had these batteries in here for over a year now. And I do light them every once in a while. We've had a couple power outages and I just use these, put them in the, in the hallways and stuff like that. And it's pretty cool. It makes it all eerie and fun, but also the power is out. So check these out. This is a cool Cyber Monday deal. No, Carrie, you're not a candle thief. I actually think those ones originally were the ones that you had, and I took the tote, and I just happened to have that one candle in there. So these ones are a little more expensive, but I like having these ahead of time for Halloween. Check these out. These are $12.74 plus. Honestly, these are great for me for all year round. If you do love decorating your house a little more gothic and spooky, it's kind of perfect. You can just have them out. You don't need to have them lit at all. All right, so next on my list today, somebody clicked it. Yay! Usually people don't click on this one. And I'm so excited about it because it's on a really good deal. It just isn't that huge Cyber Monday. It doesn't have that big red tag on it. So this is an awesome gift. It's huge. So it is a awesome art book. This is $25 right now, 50% off. So this is the field guide to witches. So here is what it kind of looks like. Let me do a flip through for you. Whew. Okay, I need to breathe. I'm not breathing. Is my camera flickering to you at all? Because sometimes I feel like it is on my end, and I'm not sure if it's just me or if it's everybody is seeing the flicker. Okay, so one thing that's really cool about this particular book is that it shares not only really cool information about all of these witches from all around the world, but if you are an artist, if you're a concept artist, or if you want to create characters, this breaks down how they create characters, not just in an artistic perspective, but like what makes this particular witch this particular witch. So let me show that to you. I always talk about the gingerbread witch, so I'm going to not do that one this time. So let me show you Isis, because I haven't done that one yet. So it does talk about real goddesses that might have been associated with witches, but we also have fairy tale witches and monster witches. So here is Isis's chapter. We have research and rumors. And then we talk about what makes Isis a witch. What are the symbols? What are the icons? What are her tools? Where does she come from? So here's different ideations. So this is clearly very concept art like. But here we have even more things like different scenes. What are her different witch forms? This is so precious, this whole thing here. So this is a really cool book with a lot of information on how to even do research. So it actually applies to more than just art, but again, it is an art book. At the end of every single chapter about each character, you get a beautiful illustration at the end. So let me show another one. Ooh, Okay, that's Hecate. I'm going to skip Hecate. You'll just have to find out on your own. I cannot say this name because I can't speak. I think it's Celtic. Yes, I can't. It's never what I think it is. Because I would say it's like Kyleech, and it's not that. Because it's Celtic. So here's, again, kind of the description of this particular creature, witch thing, their story, how they created them. You can see that there's way more ideations here compared to Isis, like the outfit and different presentations. Here's more. And then, of course, here's our end result. Super creepy. I love it. All right, so check this out. This is an awesome gift. In fact, this was a gift for me, and oh man, I love it so much. I really do. So this is a great coffee table book, really fun illustrative book about witches. This is the Field Guide to Witches. Check it out. It's so good. Okay, so next on my list today, we have, I'll just talk about tombs again. So if you're looking for a fun graphic novel, it's a manga. This is Tombs by Junji Ito. Amazing horror manga artist. So let me show you guys what some of these panels look like. Some of them are very dark, like very, very dark. Some are pretty gory and brutal. Some of them are more psychological. So it really kind of depends on what creeps you out and what doesn't. Junji Ito is a master horror storyteller. He has something for everybody, which makes it all the better because he can do everything, which is probably it's pretty phenomenal. So he's done 3 main big stories that people love, like Tomie and Uzumaki are huge, obviously, but he has a ton of anthologies like Tombs that are really fun because you can literally just sit down, read one for the night, and go to bed if you want to go to bed. So I love those. I actually sat and read this whole thing in an afternoon because I was so addicted to it. This has 9 stories in here. Some of these, oops, I keep going backwards. So these have been adapted, some of them, to the Netflix Junji Ito series. So if you've watched that, you'll recognize some of them in here. But honestly, I think that this is a better medium for some of it. So check out Tombs. This makes a really good gift too. And it's 33% off today. It's really good. I highly recommend it. Junji Ito's amazing. If you've never read Junji Ito, you have to. If you love horror. All right. Oh no! My Christmas decorations. It is what it is. All right. So I'm going to show you guys another Cyber Monday deal. I feel like I should avoid some of the candles because I keep I haven't shown you the Tarot of the Divine yet. Okay, so this is 49% off, which amazes me. Again, support small businesses, some artists as well that we're all just trying to make our living. This is Yoshi Yoshitani's Tarot of the Divine. Pretty fantastic artist. I love her stuff. So she has her tarot deck and a book. I'm going to go through both of them. The book is not a Cyber Monday sale, but both of these together, so if you bought them separately and put them as a together gift basket kind of thing or set, it's only $25. And it's a really, really, really cool set. So here, let's go through these. You open this like a little treasure box. Here is the actual book. Here's the back of the cards. All right, so here's the inside of this book. We get some photos or illustrations of each card, which helps. And you'll see here, let me see if I can get my camera to focus on this. So here we have, the coyote myth. This is actually a myth from here in the Pacific Northwest. It's actually really cool. So it's the Salish legend. You can see that here. Here's a brief description of the myth itself. Clearly, this myth is way more than just a paragraph. We also have a upright and a reverse reading for these cards. I love this because this is how it looks for every single one. We get to learn about myths from Russia, the Arctic, China, so many places around the world, and everywhere it gets equal spotlight. That's my favorite part. So let's look at the cards, though. They're high quality. I have to give it to her. Like, Yoshi Yoshitani has an amazing quality for their cards. They're kind of like a canvas, so it's really good. Here are what the cards look like. She has a really vibrant art style, which I appreciate. It's kind of storybook-esque too. So I just really fell in love with this tarot deck, and I had to get it because I'm a world mythology nut, but I also just love her art style. It's very unique. Like, I could point her art style out pretty easily, which is really cool. So like I said, equal representation almost everywhere. It's really cool. So this is the Tarot of the Divine. But as you could tell in that guidebook, we don't get a ton about each story. So that's where this other product comes into play. So you can get this tarot card deck for pretty cheap right now for Cyber Monday. But you can also get, and this is not, again, a Cyber Monday deal, but I think it would be a cool gift set. It's called Beneath the Moon. This is also her book. It's 1516. So we get a full page photo or illustration of the myth here and a deep dive into the actual story. So a summary, because some of these myths can be like pages and pages long. So let me just show you some of these. You get a full, it's every tarot card in full now with the full story. So maybe you aren't a tarot card person, but you love the illustrations and you love mythology. You can get the book instead and still get to reap all of those really cool benefits and learn a lot. I use this as a reference all the time because it's just such a good book. Very cool stories in here. And I love having a picture side by side. It makes the story just feel a little more alive. So this is Beneath the Moon, a beautiful art book and mythology book by Yoshi Yoshitani. I highly recommend it. All right. So I want to share with you another. I have so many candles. It's kind of ridiculous. I don't have this one on the shelf, though. I don't know why. Oh, because I used the batteries for something. What did I use these batteries for? Okay, we're going to talk about this Cyber Monday deal because I would say there are a lot of Cyber Monday deals, and some of them are like, they're okay. This one's good. So this one is, I think, almost 50% off. $29.99. It's originally $49.99. This candle. So let me find the batteries for it as I ramble a little bit. So this is just one candle. It doesn't have any, I can't figure out why it's so expensive. I'm not sure why it's $50 regularly. That's why I think the Cyber Monday deal makes a lot of sense, because why would you pay $50 for this? So here we go. This is cool because it's got like this metallic shine to it. You can see the texture and stuff here. It is way more shiny in person than on my camera. Like, I'm trying my best here. It does have a timer. You can see here, it does warble like the flame. Let me get this actually in here. So it does have like a flame here. You can kind of see. It looks real from back there, which is really cool. And it does float on its own with the light. One thing I can say is that I've had this candle on for very long periods of time, and the light doesn't draw a lot of power from the battery. So the battery life is a lot longer than some of the other battery operated candles, and it actually gives off a decent amount of light, which I'm like, how does that happen? But it's actually pretty good. So I would say for a Cyber Monday deal, this is pretty good. A $29.99. It looks awesome. You can use this for fall. You can use it for Halloween, Thanksgiving time. You can use this amongst your decorations. It looks real, and it's just, I don't know, it's just kind of perfect, and it's safer. It's safer than a real candle. So check that one out, and check out that brand too. There's other colors, other sizes that might work better for you. So next on the list today of Cyber Monday deals, I have to showcase, it's not super dark, but it's fun. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. It's the video game chef. It's cute. So if you are somebody that loves cooking like I do, this might be a cookbook up your alley. If you play video games as well, which I do. I actually love making food in video games. It's kind of silly. I play lots of Overcooked, but more than that, I like to cook in all things like Final Fantasy 14. It's fun. Okay, so here's what's cool about this book. The table of contents goes by decades, or let's see. So it's like 80s and 90s in the beginning. Then we have the early 2000s, then 2010 to 2015, 2016 to present. So there's a ton of games in here, including horror games. I don't remember eating a lot of food in Silent Hill, but maybe I need to replay it. So first we have Grog. So the Secret of Monkey Island. This was from year 1990. You get a ton of that information just listed here on the top of this novel cookbook. And then we have different substitutes you can use. It says hint. So this whole book is made like a video game. There's different mods for the game or for the recipe as well. Here are the ingredients and directions. So let's look a little further with some photos. We have a Jill sandwich. Apparently, this is from Resident Evil. And, okay, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure Jill isn't even in Resident Evil. Not the first one. Not the first one. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there was a thing where you can play Jill to, like, switch it. But I don't think there is. But I don't remember the sandwich. Here we have Oddworld, the Paramite Pies. I hope somebody can tell me about Jill. We have the early 2000s, some of the best games. Silent Hill 2, Butter Cake. So this would make a really fun Christmas gift for somebody. We have Pokeblocks from Ruby and Sapphire. If you know somebody that loves cooking, who loves video games, definitely worth checking out. This is from Paper Mario. This is from Kingdom Hearts. Let's move on to something a little more modern here. What is this? It is the Elsewhere fondue from Skyrim. That's pretty cool. Let's do a few more of these. We have, this is a butterscotch cinnamon pie from Undertale, a game that everybody keeps telling me I have to play, but I haven't played yet. Then 2016 to present, Final Fantasy 15, Kenny's original recipe, blackberry cobbler from Stardew, cheese curry from Sword and Shield, Pokemon. Oh wow, cheese curry, man, that sounds actually quite good. And Saggart and Cream. Oh, Fire Emblem, Three Houses. I actually do remember this from the game. So check this out. This is a fun cookbook. Highly recommend it. This is the video game Chef. And it is on Cyber Monday. It's a great gift. Super fun. All right. So next on our list today, let's see. Let me find. We will talk about the Laputan Oracle. Here we go. So this is a new Oracle deck I got. It's not on sale right now, but it is a really beautiful, beautiful deck. It is the Laputan Oracle. There's not a big guidebook in here, but it's because it's actually written in multiple languages. So the book itself is probably, in English at least, is only about this big. So not too big. There's only around 35 cards in here, but it does have a really fun, let me find this, spread. So this is the Spiral of Knowledge, and it asks a lot of really interesting questions. I actually really enjoyed going through it. The Oracle book does not have any photos here, so you have to match the number with from the card into the book. This is, sorry, I need to drink water. I'm losing my voice all of a sudden. So this is the back of the cards. We also have the cards themselves. So this is a small artist. So I love supporting small businesses. Her art is just phenomenal. Really, really pretty. It features a lot of wolves, girls. I think these are actually her characters, which is very cool. It's something I really need to look into. The worlds are dark, mysterious, like enigmatic, kind of creepy, but sometimes it's really whimsical and fun. It's just a really beautifully illustrated Oracle deck. It's one of my favorites, even though I just got it. It's really powerful. So I wanted to showcase this because it is different, and it is a small business. I really want to support my artist friends out there. So here's some more. I mean, the artistry is just so cool. Here's another card from the Laputan Oracle deck. So it's $19.95. Oh, here's another one. Super cute. I need to... Yeah, so some of these illustrations might look a little more painterly, a little different, but a lot of them are pretty amazing. Some of the cards do feature some nudity, so just be aware of that. But definitely go check them out on any of your social media platforms because they are really, really cool. One more. Let me see if I can find one. Yeah, just so interesting. All right, so that is the Laputan Oracle deck that I wanted to show you real fast. And then let me show you guys one more item here. Let's see if I can find it. We have the Witch's Feast. That's what we will end on today. So if you do like any dark content, dark books, tarot cards, witchy stuff, make sure to give us a follow because we do live stream, especially throughout the holidays. We're going to be live streaming a lot. So we'd love for you to join us, and that way you'll be notified. All right, so one of the best Cyber Monday deals this, yeah, I think even Black Friday, is this Witch's Feast book. So it's 55% off, $15.72 right now. Really, really good deal. So it's beautiful. It's a kitchen grimoire. There's a ton of photos in here. So let me showcase that to you real fast. So we have Feast of Stars, Feast of the Heavens, Feast of the Earth, Feast of Our Ancestors. It's a really, really phenomenal book. So here is a breakdown of it in detail. There's Feast of the Heavens, which showcases dishes for every horoscope. And there is a photo for every single feast here. So this is Feast of Taurus. You don't have to cook the whole thing, of course, but it breaks everything down. So from the ingredients to each dish, so you can have one thing if you wanted to. Here is how they've established which recipes or why they've made each recipe the way they have, what Taurus needs. So they've done this for every single horoscope sign. Feast of Leo. This one is Feast of Sagittarius. Honestly, I'm not a Sagittarius, but it sounds really good. So fig, prosciutto, and blue cheese flatbreads, and then hibiscus brownies. That's a great way to end a birthday. Here's Feast of Heaven, so different planetary signs with their feasts. It talks about each one, different flavors and herbs that are associated with each planet, but here is some really cool feast for the full moon. Love that. It looks so pretty. We have Mercury, lavender butter with herbed seed crackers. So not all of these are crazy in depth or extensive recipes. Some of them are pretty approachable. Then, of course, we have Feast of the Earth, which is one of my favorites. Here's Feast of Autumn Equinox. I'll show you the Feast of Winter Solstice because we're coming up. This is so cool. It's so pretty. So again, you don't have to make every single one, but this would be really inspirational that you can make your own Yule sort of dish here. There's also a chapter of Feast of Stars. So all of these are very simple. So this one is a lavender potato galette, which is against Mercury retrograde. I know a lot of people would love this. So check this out. It is one of the best Cyber Monday deals, I would say, that I have seen personally. It's 55% off right now. Alrighty, so that finishes up my live stream today. Thank you so much for tuning in. It means a whole lot. I hope everybody has a really awesome Cyber Monday and everybody got what they needed or desired. Make sure to tune in, follow, subscribe, and check out all of our socials, which is down here in this little banner. And we'll see you in the next live stream. Thanks so much.